I've got a little bit of a doozy for you today. About a year ago, I updated this bathroom and put in new flooring. Between the tile and the cement board that I put underneath it, there's about a half-inch drop from the tile floor to the vinyl floor. I also cut out the old transition strip because I could not get it off and nicked the flooring in the process, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to cover up that as well. Usually, when you have floors of different heights, you'd use what is called a reducer transition strip, but I don't have one that matches the vinyl flooring because they don't make it anymore. So we're going to try to make the T-molding that I do have work in this spot. T-molding is supposed to be used to transition floors that are the same height or at least close to the same height, not a half inch apart. I plan to put a piece of wood underneath it to support the transition between the different heights. Figuring out how to cut this piece of wood was another story. I was struggling to get the angles right. I even tried to use the Pythagorean theorem before I just gave up and took a half-inch board and ripped it down to make it a little bit thinner. Then I cut that piece off at a 45-degree angle. Side note, whoever made the bevel mechanism for the Ryobi table saw, I would like a word. I ended with this shape. I needed it to be more of a flat angle, so I took my chisel and planed it down to get this shape. Then I marked where I needed the transition to end and made an impromptu scribe, since, of course, the doorway is not straight. I cut that down with my circular saw. From there, I went back and forth about 100 times, marking where the transition piece was too high and then chiseling it down. It was about right here that I was like, this is so stupid, but I was way too deep into the idea and had to keep going because I was so close to getting it to work. I finally got it to the right height everywhere and screwed in the wood piece. The other reason I'm using this wood strip is because I'm going to glue down the transition piece, and if someone ever wants to pull it up, it'll ruin the wood piece and not the actual floors. I used the Loctite Fast Grab because there wasn't a very good way to put pressure on this, and I needed it to be in a very exact spot to cover up the edge of the chipped tiles and the nicked vinyl flooring. And it actually worked. It looks like it was meant to be in this position, and you would never know the process it took to get here. Now, I'm almost certain there is a better way to do this, and I would really love to hear what else you would have done in this situation to make it work.